I had a great time coming out to Camp Jam and one, getting to play for the kids and hear the questions and you know, be a part of their experiences there, you know, learning their instruments and getting into the beginnings of being a musician. You know, so much of what builds you as a musician later in life happens at the age that they are. You know, the things that you learn when you're young, you're still in school, as a musician, it carries you through your entire career. So being able to come in and talk to people, hear their questions, and also answer some of the questions about what it's really like, you know, being out there and working as a musician, it's nice. You know, I had a few people who did that for me when I was younger. It made a big difference for me, and I still remember all those things. Like it was yesterday. I won't remember things for an entire year, but I'll remember meeting guitar players that I looked up to or music producers that I looked up to, and it's a nice feeling, demystifying some of what goes into the day-to-day life of being a musician. So it was good. Growing up, I was very much a Hendrix guy. Listened to Hendrix all day and all night, and you know, he was my main influence when I was a young guitar player. Over the years, that changed and became a lot of different guys. And then there are other people. As I started having bands and doing different things, there were also the people that had big influences on me. I got to work with Nile Rodgers a lot when I was really young, and he was a big influence. I had been coming from a certain school of guitar playing, and you know, he came from a whole different side of understanding how parts work and how feel works. So, you know, Nile was a big influence as I was coming up, but definitely began as a Hendrix guy, and then later. When I started playing Les Pauls more than Strats, my playing changed, and I have to say, number one influence on Kareem was definitely Jimi Hendrix. For young musicians, I think that some of the most important things to help you go into life as a musician is really learn your theory. Just have a really basic understanding of theory. You know, in your career as a musician, there'll be the things that you're really into right now, and then there'll be all the different music that you will be into throughout your career, both as an artist and as a working musician. So when you're young, getting your modal theory together and just having an understanding of how harmony works and those things, and having your ear together. Some of the things that you learn aren't always the most fun or don't get you right to the techniques you want to play, but having a good foundation and just basic understanding of how music works, theory, harmony, just basic things, will really help you later. And it's harder to learn this stuff later. It's really good to get this stuff as a foundation. I would definitely say that you know, I'm a parent of a young daughter, and definitely say sending your kids to Camp Jam is a great thing for them in a few different ways. You know, first of all, studying music, you know, it develops creativity, and it also inspires kids, and they learn different sorts of discipline that come from doing something. They're really motivated to do something they're really interested in, something that feels like it's unique to them and that's their space, but it still develops discipline, work ethic, and you develop certain life skills when you work in music, when you work on music. Also, if your kid's interested in music, it's important that they get an education when they're at a formative age. The things that go into being a real musician are there's some complex aspects to musical theory and things that are very easy to grasp when you're young, and they're harder to grasp later in life. And most working musicians and successful musicians that I know at an early start, we're exposed to real musical education at a young age. It makes all the difference. It's really hard to learn this stuff when you're holding down a job, and it gets harder. So I think it's a real gift to give to your kid a specialized musical education. And when I was young, I had some summer conservatory where I got to go away and study music, and to this day, I went away once for 6 weeks and studied music, and to this day, everything I know about modal theory and all the things I used on a day-to-day basis, whether it's working a recording session in New York or getting ready to play the Grammys or anywhere. There's quick decisions you have to make as a musician. It all comes to the foundation of your education. So no matter how talented you are, that little extra bit of specialized education, it makes a world of difference. It's a really good idea to give a kid the opportunity.